So this is my first time ordering from Mountain Crest Succulents, and I'm gonna go eat, so I'm gonna do the rest of this later. This is what I got from Mountain Crest Succulents. Okay, I'm gonna open this up. Oh, I love your hair. Ooh, a leaf that broke. I've got to be quite gentle. I'm not usually good with my hands. I'm very clumsy. But I love this packaging. It's so smart. They're like next level. And this is the Graptovaria opalina. It's really cute. I love it. So that's going to be amazing. I think this like paper, the craft paper method of doing it looks really aesthetically nice. I just have to keep making sure I'm careful as I remove the little confettis. Okay, so there. Do I have a loose leaf? I do, but it's a break. It's also, yeah, I'll have to get the tweezers and pull that. So there was a leaf that was like dangling loose, and it's another little break. But that's okay. Like again, this is Dark Vader, by the way. Echeveria Dark Vader, or Echeveria. I don't know how people are supposed. I don't know how I'm supposed to say it. I'm gonna have to do some trial and error and maybe some research to see how do I get, like, how much light they like and what's the right amount of stress from light stress to color them up. Oh my gosh, you're so dusty, my friend. You need to get all these pieces of perlite off of you. I almost would prefer bare root at times. Graptovaria Lovely Rose, or Graptovaria. It is beautiful. I have to get all these little pieces of perlite out of it though somehow. So let's see. I like that the medium that they have on here is really like loose. But in order to get these off, I do think I probably will use a eye makeup paintbrush just to be as careful as I can. I want to research what to do with, I'm losing my words. I hate being 35 and losing my words. It's very frustrating. I know it's because of autism as well, or likely, and I've been in kind of anxious for the past couple of days, not having the best time with my mental health and with panic attacks and stuff, but I'm doing fine. I was thinking I need to research when I do get bare root plants, like what's the best way to transplant them and get them ready to start growing those roots right away. Like if it's like a calloused taproot with some really dry other roots because they like rinsed it and dried it and then shipped it with like some packaging around it to keep it safe, then like I don't know how many weeks am I supposed to wait for it to, am I supposed to leave it in a tray and wait for it to root? Am I supposed to cut it, give it a fresh cut very thin on the taproot so that it like gets stimulated into starting to make some aerial roots? Or do I assume that the grower who has sent me the plant just did that for me and that all I need to do is put the bare root plant in a tray for like 2 weeks to see it get new roots? I don't know what the plan is or what the best way to do it is. I've heard there's a Liz K Succulents video where what does she do there? Where she mentions soaking when she's potting them up, soaking the bare roots ones. Unless she was doing a repotting and she wanted them to soak and get a big drink right before, and that's what she was saying. I'm not sure. But and I don't know if it's like a soak with like organic fertilizer a little bit added, or probably not. Maybe it's would you soak it with like B vitamins or something? Like I don't know what the best thing to do is. I assume that if you do too much at once when you bring them home, you're more likely to stress them out and have a problem where your plant starts showing you their complaints about your too many changes too fast, even if they're things that are good for the plant, kind of a thing. So this is the PVN, the Pearl von Nuremberg. I really, really was so excited to get this. I'm gonna make sure that we get that in a window that's perfect to color it up. And this is the Echeveria Lola. Oh, so pretty. The pattern of the leaves is just gorgeous. I love it. Let's see, who else do we have? Echeveria Violacina, I think. Or Violacina. I don't know how we say this. But it's violet. or it's gonna, there's some purple, but it's going to color up more. Also, like, this isn't the best lighting in the world, and there's like a hard light on my face and whatever. And then this. This is the Echeverria raindrop. Or raindrops, sorry. Has a lot of raindrops on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 raindrop leaves. I wonder if people prop these from the leaves that have the raindrops, and if that makes it more likely, or if it's the same likelihood no matter what. Like, you're going to get raindrops, but they'll be in different ones. I don't know. I'm so excited about this, especially the colors that it gets in certain times under a certain amount of stress. It's going to be so beautiful. There are some pieces of perlite still inside, and I know that can be weird. But this is Echeverria serrana. I don't know how to pronounce anything. Oh my gosh, I just got a message that someone in our community, an adult my age, got an autism spectrum diagnosis today. Wow, that's incredible. I'm going to reach out and talk to them about that, because that is a big deal. This is Echeverria prolifica. I gotta stop saying it like that. It's Liz. It's all the Liz videos. I watch them so much, and I love her so much. She puts a smile on my face, even though she's going through some sad things too, missing her husband Wall and her budgie Pedro. He passed away too, probably of a broken heart. Oh, because of the timing being a little bit close to when his dad, when her Wall passed away, unfortunately. Oy, this is Echeverria crinoline ruffles, or Echeverria crinoline ruffles. I like it. I'm seeing some ruffling already. I know it's going to continue to develop and be like lots of cute edges on these leaves. This is my mystery. I don't know what this is, but it's beautiful. We'll say you're beautiful is at least what you are. Yeah, you're a little more, not root bound, but just like your roots are more developed. You're a little older. There's some little crinkly leaves to take off. That'll be fun. Okay, so do we have, let's check the list. Do we have Lola? I know we have Lola. Yes, we do. We have Lola. Beautiful. Do we have the PVN? Yes. The Violacina? Yes. Raindrops? Yes. Prolifica, crinoline ruffles, Lovely Rose, Serrana, and Mystery Succulent. I didn't realize it was actually a mystery for me to solve with no label. That's so cool. We'll figure that out. I'm gonna go talk to my friend, because that news that I just got is amazing, and I want to be there to be supportive, and I really need to make sure that I cover up my address before I put a video on the internet. Have a good day. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so I was not feeling well today. I've just been recovering. I'm kind of in a autistic burnout mode in recent months, and I had a panic attack the other day that was like really, really powerful, very like one of the worst one I've had in years. It was bad. So just, I'm on my medicine and resting, and I wasn't able to work on this during the daylight, so that's why the lighting is completely different here. I have this light that we have. It's a rechargeable thing. It's really cool. And anyway, this is my first time using the Embosso tags, where I just made 2 tags already. I made one for the Echeverria Lola, and this is what the back has. It has the name, or it has the identification, the date that it arrived, that it's from MCG, or Mountain Crest Gardens, and that it was about 2 inches. And then on this side is the more clean side that I'm going to stick into the new pots. And same thing, raindrops. So I did 2 of them. The raindrops I did with a pencil, and I don't think it's a little bit like not as crispy and readable as the Lola. So I think it's because once I tried it with the pencil and I realized I was only getting a certain amount of like sharpness from it, I decided to get my favorite pen in the whole world. I have a bunch of them, but it's a .38 millimeter S-Gel Sharpie pen. They are so excellent, and they are, it's a very fine tip, so it's working for my needs. So I'm just going to use these labels. I'm gonna make, I guess I'll like put the ones that are already done on one side, and the ones that need to be done I will keep going, and then I will show all the tags when I'm done. Okay, so this is my Graptovaria Lovely Rose from Mountain Crest Gardens. It had a bunch of little pieces of like dusty potting soil and perlite in the leaves. So what I did was I can't like do it while I'm filming, I don't think, with this like, you know, I don't have a hands-free setup. But what I did was I cleaned this. It's an old makeup brush that I don't use anymore since I don't do like, if I'm using blush, I can use my fingers. I don't even need this. So I cleaned it, and then I soaked it in 70% alcohol for 9 minutes, and then I dredged it up and then let the rest of the alcohol, I used a clean paper towel to like absorb the excess rubbing alcohol, and then I allowed this to dry up here. And then once it was dry, which didn't take that long because alcohol, you know, dries easily, I was able to use this to like sort of like very carefully lower the leaf and then get in there and get that soil out, because I don't want it to form any of those like dust bumps that you get sometimes when there's like a dot of soil and then the plant goes and like puts the dust on top of the soil, and then it's like a forever bump. And then as your plant gets bigger and bigger, and you know, that blemish is always there. So I'm going to try that with most of these. I think the only one, if there was a Lowy, which there isn't, I have a Lola though. Like if it was one that had like a really good dust development, I might try to find a different method so I don't brush away all the dust. But ones that are more waxy, I think it's fine. Okay, I've got all my labels made except for this one. I don't know how to immediately tell what this is, but I might write to them and just ask, because they might know. Otherwise, I'll, you know, figure it out. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and ask what ChatGPT, but I think ChatGPT just comes up with bullshit sometimes, so it's like a little hard to trust. I'd have to like then do the follow-up research and look up what they said. But it would be definitely faster for me. I did brush off most of these guys. I do see like a little bit of little gritty soil things. These are the kinds of bumps here where like in the past some kind of soil dot got on there and then like it got covered over by the plant's dust. Any of these, as I repot them, if the leaves are like ugly or like, I don't know, like visibly not pretty in some way, I will eventually prune them out. I'm just like, these ones I don't want to keep forever on this plant, but I'm gonna, and like, okay, the wounded one I'll take off right away, but like some of the other ones that just have like minor wounds and minor like nicks, I'll remove them later. I don't know if it stresses a plant more if you like repot and then have that on the same day, kind of a thing. I'm trying to decide if the best way to do this for the roots is to do them dry. It just depends on how much of this medium I can get off of them. So yeah, I'm gonna start repotting. I can always stop this tonight too if it's too much for me. So I'm gonna keep going, and as long as I'm comfortable. The pots that I have are, I don't even know what the size is. I can measure it, but not right this second. They're bigger than these. They're like almost like a 3-inch. I don't know. I don't think it's 3 inches though. I feel like these are 2 inches and these are smaller. Like maybe, well, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm calling these 2-inch plants because they're generally 2 inches wide, because their width exceeds the width of the pot that they're in, and this will be a good next size up for them. So that's great. I got like 150 of them for like $15 on Amazon, so like 10 cents each, I guess. All right, so the only one I don't have a label for is this guy. I was originally going to use this to brush dust off, but it wasn't as helpful. So the you know, to sanitize it as best you can first in rubbing alcohol. But if you have an old makeup brush that you don't use, I did see someone on a YouTube short using one of these, and it really did feel like it was very gentle at getting into the nooks and crannies there in these guys. All right. Okay, so this is my Echeveria serrana, and it is, the root ball is slightly, like the soil is slightly damp at the root ball. So I'm pretty sure that this was watered I don't know. I mean, I wonder if they water a little bit right before shipping, or if it just happens to be the timing, because this soil is nice and loose. It came out really easily, and then the soil around the root ball is like a little bit damp. I don't want to damage the roots any further. I'm going to get my little tweezers though and pull off this little shrivel guy. Okay, so first I take a scoop of my little chunkies, which is bigger chunks of gravel, just to put them at the bottom. And then I'm gonna take a scoop of this, which is my succulent mix that I put together. And then this is the Serrana. I'm gonna pot this up. Okay, so I've got this succulent mix. I've got this kind of on top. I'm thinking about doing either these guys or a mix of some of these and some of these. All right, it's not that centered, but I can live with it. I'm gonna get better at it. Okay, so these are all of the potted up plants from Mountain Crest Gardens. I think I did a good job, and I got better at it as I went on. This is the Echeveria prolifica. It's actually two. I could have put them in separate ones, but I kind of like how they look growing together, and I don't know. I just kind of like them like that. So yeah, these will be in here so that they'll get a medium amount of sun from those windows, and then as they get used to it, then I'll be able to move them to the other window. I'm gonna have to figure something out because I'm gonna run out of space. Okay, I rotated all my succulents today. That's a jade piece that I'm doing a terrible experiment on, where I shaved the side with a vegetable peeler, and oh god, it curled it on itself so much. But we'll see what it does. We have the healthy clippings from that jade are over in there. So then I've got all of these lovely plants. Caleb said his favorite is Dark Vader, so that's so cool. We've got the Echeveria crinoline ruffles, the Echeveria prolifica, the Echeveria Dark Vader, the Graptoveria Lucky Rose, or Lovely Rose, the Echeveria Serrana, I forget the name of this one, probably Lola? Yeah, Echeveria Lola. And then we've got the Opalina and PVN, and that one's Violacina. I took 3 outer leaves off that had like major wounds on them. The outer leaves were not in the best condition on this one, but it could be that this one's more sensitive for whatever reason. So maybe the shipping, I didn't love that. And then I also have over here, the Graptopetalum Super Bloom is already there. But then this was my mystery succulent, some kind of Cedarium or something. I don't know. I have to look that up and figure it out. And then Raindrops, which I thought I was never going to like Raindrops. And then I guess I changed my mind and really liked Raindrops. So there's my Raindrops. And so all of these guys are in this window, which is facing... Which way does this window face? I'm just going to double check on my little compass thing, because I think it faces, let me see. Yeah, so this is my north facing window. That's what I thought. So this is where I put things like the seedlings, even though I give them a lot of extra light now with this thing. And I put the seedlings here, and then I also put anything that needs like more, I don't know, if it feels like it's getting burned from the south facing window, the afternoon light, especially because I wasn't working from home every day, which fingers crossed, I asked for an accommodation at work, fingers crossed I'll get to do that. But so this was getting little burns on it. If you can kind of see a little sunburn, see those little blisters there on the side, on the stem here, and on the top of that little leaf there. It's kind of like a little sunburn looking. They were not having the best time when they were too close to the grow light or when they were in the south facing window. The blue chalk sticks, I'm gonna see if that one likes this window more, because I don't want it turning purple or something. I just want it to be blue, and maybe it will still do that. I don't know what makes it more blue. We'll see how all of these are doing, but I'm assuming since they're Echeverias, probably a lot of them are gonna have high light requirements and might eventually want to move to a south-facing window. It looks like there's a little bit of dirt on the bottom of that lovely rose piece. I'm actually gonna get that really quick. I'm gonna get that and go A little bit dusty. Dust, 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 dust. Dust, dust. Come on, don't be on there forever, dudes. Okay, maybe it wasn't meant to be. Maybe it's not dirt. Or at least not the kind of like loose dirt that's easy to get off. Yeah, because I was able to easily get off a little bit of soil off of something earlier. Okay, so that one's fine. Basically they got used to new soil last night, and I don't know how the crinoline ruffles is taking it, but we'll see how that goes. And then they're getting used to, light source after being in a box for a few days, and it's different from their old light source. And then tomorrow, or maybe I might give them a couple more days. I don't know. I have to decide. Eventually, I'll move them to a south-facing window, and then they'll probably get more interesting colors.